Hello and welcome to Skeith Reviews. I have a very different type of video for you today, a top 10 list. Honestly, I've been very busy with real-world responsibilities, hence why last week's Silent Hill review was posted 2 days late, and I needed an easier video to edit this week. This should be a one-time thing, and next week's Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires review should go up with no problem. I chose top 10 trailers because it's an interesting thing to talk about, plus it was either this or top 10 waifus in gaming, and let's face it, Xiao Qiao would win hands down. Now, before we begin, let me get some things out of the way first. First off, this isn't a top 10, it's 10 great trailers. I obviously haven't seen all video game trailers ever, so I can't rate them all. Second, I don't really have any specific criteria for making this list. I'm just listing some trailers that really wowed me and are still in my mind to this day. Third, if one game in a series gets a trailer on this list, no other games in that series get their trailers on the list. You don't want to hear me talk about Zelda trailers over and over. Fourth, the game needs to have been released. There are plenty of games that have yet to come out with great trailers, and games that have been cancelled with great trailers. Need I remind you of Silent Hills? I chose not to include these to make listing easier for myself. Additionally, games that have not come out could be getting more trailers, and I think it's important to see all of a game's trailers before putting them on this list. So, without further ado, let's get into the meat of things.
Number 10. Kingdom Hearts 4.0 Collection.
Remember that darkness lurks in every heart. Darkness is our foe. Would that we could be rid of it. You must destroy it. Push the darkness down. Give it no quarter in your heart.
Now here was an awesome trailer, and of all the ones on the list, it's the most recent. This wonderful trailer for the Kingdom Hearts HD collection plays out like a summer blockbuster trailer with epic narration by Mark Hamill at the beginning, and Rage Awakened, a song that embodies the feeling of you will get your ass kicked. I would have placed this trailer higher on the list if it wasn't for one huge mistake at the end. How hard would it have been to fix that? You could have just overlaid the titles of the games on the current footage. Bam! Everything fits. This music loop is an amateur mistake that could easily be fixed. Anyway, submit and open your heart to this great trailer.
Embrace the darkness. Produce for your master the Keyblade.
Number 9. Fatal Frame 3 The Tormented.
The photo that she took was of her ex-lover. Who is dead.
Fatal Frame hasn't had a good reputation of trailers. Seriously, you need to avoid trailers for this series if you don't want major spoilers. Hell, Fatal Frame 2's trailer gave away the ending! But in a series of horrible trailers, Fatal Frame 3's trailer stands out. Now here's a trailer oozing the cheese. I can't tell whether or not this narrator is taking things way too seriously, or if he's just having fun and going along for the ride, with lines like, "She thought she had lost power, but the power has returned." This trailer does a good job of outlining the basics of Fatal Frame 3, including all the main characters and a fair amount of ghosts. It also gets players really excited about Ray's house, a freaking house of all things. This promise of reality and dreams blending together was really cool. Too bad in the final game Ray's house was more of a side thing and the only thing it was used for was developing photos and sleeping. Anyway, this trailer is one that will spread throughout your dreams.
The fear that spreads. Fatal Frame 3 The Tormented.
Number 8. Alice's Madness returns.
trapped.
Now, it's one thing for a sequel to advertise itself to fans of the original, but advertising a sequel to an incredibly large amount of people, many of which have never heard of the first game, is quite a feat. Heck, I rarely meet Alice Madness Returns fans who even know that the original exists. I think its trailers are partially responsible for that. From the awesome first tease to the amazing launch trailer, enough people were convinced into buying American McGee's second sick twist on Alice in Wonderland for it to become a success. Now, before we finish talking about Alice, there's one more thing I have to say about these trailers. There's a lot of cut content and design changes on full display here. I'm gonna talk about this more when I eventually review Alice Madness Returns, but some early trailers make this game seem completely different. Now, excuse me, the trailer is coming with shiny cars, with comfy knives and wheels of stars, so hush little gamers, have no fear. American McGee is the engineer.
The face of evil in the heart of darkness. Perfect.
Let the madness begin!
Number 7, Phoenix Wright HD Trilogy.
Here's a series I'm never going to have the chance to properly review. I love the Ace Attorney series, and I think my reason for why can be seen in this trailer. This series is ridiculous. It's a video game about an attorney, for crying out loud. But at the same time, there are some serious parts. The witnesses are all wacky and unforgettable characters in the Prosecutors. Oh boy, the Prosecutors. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Ace Attorney series and saw this shot of Edgeworth, you'd think the trailer was being literal about being a demon. Oh, and you'd probably also be confused on when Cyclops got his law degree. Oh, that music, that magnificent music. This series' music is unforgettable, and I guarantee you've at least heard one song considering how many YouTubers, including myself right now, have used it as background noise in their videos. Anyway, the statute of limitations of awesome have not run out on this trailer. Here's a relatively unknown trailer, but I love it, if not solely for the music. Drakengard is far from a popular series, to the point where its spin-off series, Nier, is probably more well known by this point. But it's a good series worth looking at nonetheless. At first, this trailer is very somber, with the sad music playing and it's showing scenes from the game's prologue chapter, introducing us to Zero and her sisters, and showing us that Zero will have to kill them all at some point. Then the trailer switches over to action, showing off Drakengard's gameplay and a bit of the game's humor. Yeah, the first 30 seconds of the trailer may have fooled you, but this game is actually pretty humorous. Anyway, we see several of Zero's weapons and some of the allies you can bring to battle with you. Hey, you know, I just realized, I don't think Mikhail says a single word in this trailer. Good. He would have brought down the trailer's quality. This is it, the kind of insane trailer fans always wanted.
Number 5, Yakuza 5.
Ah yeah, the critically acclaimed Sega series about a man with a giant forehead. The Yakuza series is one of those series that is simultaneously very silly and very badass. I think this trailer shows off perfectly. One moment's about a war between Yakuza families and the drama, bloodshed, and awesome fight gameplay involved there. The next moment about going out for a drink or having some fun doing karaoke. Seriously, I should put this on here solely because how do you advertise something like Yakuza? This trailer tries its damnedest to show off all the aspects of the game and deserves respect for that. This trailer was the fulfiller of dreams for Yakuza fans everywhere and earned its spot on this list.
Number 4, Smash Bros. 4, Mega Man joins the battle.
Now, I could have put any of Smash Bros. Trailers on here. Every single one of them have caused massive amounts of hype and are permanently burned into our minds. But none of them have impacted me as much as the Mega Man trailer. At the time of this trailer, Mega Man being in Smash was completely impossible. Sure, third parties had gone in before with Sonic and Snake, but at the time, Capcom had completely abandoned Mega Man. Hell, they've still abandoned Mega Man. Smash is the only good Mega Man thing to come in years. I squealed like a schoolgirl when I first saw this trailer. Anyway, the trailer itself is amazing. The slow build-up, that silhouette. That Wily 2 remix, oh that Wily 2 remix so good. The animation in this trailer is perfect. Look at those metal blades. I now completely understand why they were one-hit killed everything in Mega Man 2. This trailer set the stage for all the Smash 4 newcomer trailers, and each one was awesome. Our memories of this trailer won't be abandoned, unlike Mega Man.
Number 3, Devil May Cry 3.
So, has anyone realized that video games tend to have a trend of the first is okay, the second game sucked, and the third one was amazing? And there was a lot of series fall into that trend. Case in point, the Devil May Cry series. Devil May Cry 3's trailer had two hurdles to jump over. First, it had to convince people that it was a good game, and perhaps the harder goal, it had to convince Devil May Cry fans that this game wouldn't be as disappointing as Devil May Cry 2. The first half of the trailer is dedicated to Dante doing cool things, which he did absolutely none of in Devil May Cry 2. The second half is those cool things spliced into gameplay. This trailer introduced us to the most stylish gameplay in Devil May Cry series. Dante is moving so fast, doing so many things, and killing so many demons. There's also a small bit of the game's story we see in this trailer. We see the fight between Dante and Virgil. This being the first trailer, we have no idea what's going on, just that Dante is fighting someone similar to him and that he's at his limit. Oh, and that music! Devils Never Cry is still one of the best vocal songs in video game history. Devils may never cry, but gamers sure did upon seeing this trailer.
What's the footsteps that never follow? If you want to live tomorrow, still a soul for a second chance.
Number 2, Persona 5.
Now here's a game that marketed itself well. The fact that we had 3 years of trailers and I can't think of a single one of them that was bad speaks volumes for their quality. The first teaser had one of the biggest lies in video game history, and it was still amazing. Every one of these trailers is oozing with style, something that many recent RPG trailers haven't had. It gained so much attention and interest, from the amazing music to the awesome looking gameplay. It was great. Heck, we had trailers for each of the game's social links. These trailers were nothing but sitting around and talking to characters, and they were still interesting. They made sitting around and talking interesting. I remember how the Persona fanbase kept flip-flopping their expectations of the game as each trailer came out. Was it gonna be dark like Persona 2? Lighthearted like Persona 4? Somewhere in between like Persona 3? Boring as hell like Persona 1? Nobody knew! All we knew is that we were excited. Another great thing about these trailers, they showed us the plot twist several times and we didn't even know it. Heck, even when the game came out, we didn't realize that it was a plot twist until it happened. How do you simultaneously show and don't show a plot twist? These trailers, without a doubt, stole the hearts of fans around the world.
It's not just Japan anymore. The whole world's waiting to see the Phantom Thieves' next move.
Number 1. Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess.
Let's face it, you all knew this would be number 1. What else could it be? Do you remember the initial reaction to this? People were screaming in joy over this. People have talked about this trailer over and over and over again over the years. I really don't have anything to add. The Conan music is awesome, Link's swordplay is really cool. No other Zelda game has had a trailer with as much of a positive reaction as this. The closest to come to it is Breath of the Wild, but even that didn't reach this height. Blades will bleed, shields will shatter, and the fanbase will never be the same. And that was my list of 10 great game trailers. I had a lot more fun making this video than I thought I would. Kinda wish I made it a top 25 list. If not only to include some of the great trailers that friends of mine recommended to me. Will I ever do a video like this again? Probably not for a long time. Like I said at the beginning, my reason for making this video is because I was busy with real-life responsibilities and needed an easier video to edit for this week. I'm Skeith, and I'll see you next week for my review of Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires, so make sure you subscribe so you know when that's out.